Don't take it personally. Unless, of course, you're a shitty leader, then please take it personally. Hey Sterile Processing Professionals, Brandon the Sterile Guy here, and in today's video, we're going to talk about pay and benefits and how you can take control of these things. If you love getting raises and better benefits, then hit that like and subscribe button. Now, if you don't hit those buttons, you're basically telling the universe, I don't care about raises. Just saying. It's pretty easy to click those buttons. Okay, first I want to talk about some changes that I made in the department I took over in 2016 that actually continues to get better and better. When I took over this department as the manager, the techs were making at the bottom range $15.96 per hour. Yeah, not even 16 bucks yet. They had okay benefits, and their health insurance was not great, but not bad, somewhere in the middle. They had some tuition reimbursement, but only for full-time employees. There was some evening and night shift differential pay, but it was like $1 an hour for night shift. There was no extra pay if you're training anyone. It started off at 2 weeks of vacation per year, which isn't terrible, but there was no job protections and no grievance process if you had an issue going on. No guaranteed pay raises for inflation, no guaranteed pay raises for each year worked, not to mention other things that were missing like job protection, shift protection, protection from working consecutive weekends, and even protecting your seniority as a tech who's been there for so many years. Pay remains the #1 most important part of a job to most people, but it also is only one factor when you have a family you're thinking about. Another thing I didn't even talk about is the age and type of equipment that was in the department and the lack of access to ergonomic accommodations. So what's changed since my time as taking over as manager? Well, let's work our way up. For starters, all equipment in the entire department has been changed to new and upgraded equipment and continues that with other equipment as it continues to grow. No more washing the majority of endoscopes by hand because now there's 4 Medivator machines to run all those endoscopes through. No more bottlenecking all the instruments in decontam at the 4 medium-sized instrument washers because now there's 5 large instrument washers. No more bottlenecking at the sterilizers because we had 3 sterilizers. Now we have 4 all upgraded and new sterilizers. Not to mention the addition of 2 flash sterilizers that are in the department that are also able to be used as other than flash. So it just extends that ability, especially if you have those special parameter trays that you don't want to just run by itself in a huge sterilizer chamber. And the other thing I'm very proud that we did is we had a tech ran committee that worked on quality and made sure that we were able to change processes to take out the redundancy and make it easier and better, not only for processing the stuff safely, but for making it easier on the techs to do so. And there is now protection for those technicians who hold seniority. So the longer you're committed to the organization, the better protection you have of your job and the better advancement you have as far as taking better shifts or whatever it is you want to do. Evening shift now gets a differential of $1.50 per hour and night shift gets $2.50 extra per hour. Not excellent, but better. Techs start out with 28 days of paid PTO per year. Tuition reimbursement now extends to part-time employees. And now there's 2 pay raises guaranteed every year. One on the start of every new fiscal year for the facility, and the second one is always on your anniversary of your start date. And lastly, let's get to that bare minimum. So the bare minimum when I started, it was $15.96 per hour. Now it is up to $21.90 per hour for a completely brand new technician. Not exactly where I want it to be, but definitely an improvement. So the question is, how did all this happen? Well, it was a 2-path approach. To update the department, it took a lot of work, it took a lot of negotiations, it took a lot of politics, it took a lot of playing chess to get that in front of the right people and to get them to open the checkbooks. This took me getting people like infection prevention on my side, getting risk management on my side, and making cases that the executive teams could not refuse. And I'm glad to say that those improvements are still happening with the management that took over after me. They are doing a fantastic job, and I love to see that it's constantly improving. So that was path number one that I, as the manager, was responsible for. The other path was up to my technicians. What they did was participate in organizing a union for the facility. This gave them a collective and more powerful voice to express what they needed and what they demanded through work. Through unionizing, they have changed the landscape of their benefits, work practices, and daily life as they work at this facility. But hear me out, you cannot just unionize and call it good. A union is what you make of it. It requires participation and it requires leadership. You're gonna have to invest in it to keep it moving forward. I've heard a lot of people say, my union doesn't do anything for me. And then I'll ask them, how involved are you with the union? And then of course they tell me, well, I'm not. How can you make your concerns heard if you're not at the table? You have to get involved. So my unpopular answer is that if you are fighting and sharing your voice and working to get better accommodations, better benefits, better pay, and you're just hitting wall after wall after wall, and you think that unionizing might be a good idea for you, I would say go ahead and look into it. The laws differ by state as far as if unions are mandatory or if unions are voluntary, so definitely look into those laws depending on your state. But unionization is federally protected across all 50 states. So don't think that you can't pursue unionization. Speak amongst your coworkers and get a consensus. What do you all think about the current state of affairs, the benefits, the pay, your work environment? Is it acceptable to you? I know managers and supervisors are gonna watch this video and get immediately pissed off. But here's the deal. Why would you get angry knowing that your techs are taking a step to better their lives? Obviously, if they're needing to unionize, then you are failing to get what they need. And I'm not saying failing like you're not trying, because there are people that try and still hit wall after wall. And that's why it took me getting other outside sources to help me. But then there's also the ones who don't try, who are the absolute failures. So if you've tried and you've faced nothing but roadblocks and you're not getting anywhere, don't be mad when your techs take it into their own hands. Let them fight for their careers. The fight is not against you. You are not the one writing the paychecks. You are not the one setting the pay. You are not the one picking the insurance. So why are you pissed off? Don't take it personally. Unless of course you're a shitty leader, then please take it personally and maybe step down to let someone else fill that role. I'm done with my soapbox. Hey friends, I want you to be incredibly successful. I want to see you be incredibly successful, but it's going to take you getting involved with your career to make that happen. Don't be a spectator in your career. Get involved and get off the sidelines and make it happen. Any topics or videos you want to see, don't hesitate to put it in the comments below. Don't even hesitate to drop a comment like, hi, I want to hear from you. I want to see you. Hi. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I love you guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.